Seamaster!
Hi everyone, Sneemaster here with a brief review of the Aegis Sabre. Aegis created the Sabre for the UEE competition for the next generation fighter. It was not picked up by the UEE, but has been popular for civilian forces. The Sabre is a fast, agile stealth fighter. It has lower emissions than other fighters, so it can get closer to its target before it will be detected. There is also a very rare Sabre Raven variant of the Sabre, with more stealth and EMP pods. The regular Sabre has 2 size 1 shields, while the Raven has 3 size 1 shields. They both have 1 size 1 hydrogen fuel tank, 1 size 1 quantum drive, and 1 size 1 quantum fuel tank. Combat speed for both the Sabre and Raven is 206 meters a second, and max speed is 1,235 meters a second. The Sabre has 4 fixed size 3 laser repeaters, while the Raven has 2 size 3 fixed laser cannons. The Sabre has 2 size 4 missile hardpoints, with 2 size 3 missiles each. The Raven replaces the missile launchers with EMP pods you can use to disable enemies, but you have to get close to the target for it to work. Both versions only have 1 crew, just a single pilot. There is excellent visibility in the cockpit, plus large MFDs to make it easy to see. There is also an ejection seat if there's trouble. There is no cargo space, but they do have 250,000 micro SCU stowage space for personal gear. And the Sabre also has a dedicated gun rack, both on the front right side outside the cockpit. The wings on the regular Sabre swing from combat mode to landing mode, similar to the Vanguard ships. They are a little delicate, but there's no weapons on them if they break, so you just might lose maneuverability a little in atmosphere. The Raven version doesn't have swing wings, so it takes up a bit more space on landing. The forward guns also move back when the pilot gets into or out of the seat. The Sabre goes for $170 on time-limited sales, or you can buy it for 2.1 million UEC in-game at the New Deal shop in Lorville. The Raven variant is super rare because it is only sold with the Intel Optane 900p SSD. That model from Intel is not sold anymore, and you can't get the Raven anywhere else, except for the gray market. Plus, you can't buy it in-game either. Neither variant are rentable at this time either. The Sabre has a default color scheme of gray and red, but there was a special Comet version with gray and bright blue paint. You can sometimes get it during special time-limited events, but you buy it with the ship together. The Sabre also has separate paints such as the auspicious red paint for the Lunar New Year, a gray and white polar paint, and a blue and gray Stormbringer paint. The red paint is only available during Lunar New Year events, but the other 2 can be bought on the website at any time. The Raven has its own unique paint scheme that matches the design of the Intel 900p SSD colors. You can't buy this paint anywhere, and it's tied to the ship. The Sabre is a controversial ship in some ways. It used to be the fighter everyone wanted when it released, due to the 4 size 3 guns, plus speed and stealth, although CIG nerfed the ship a little bit since then. A good pilot can definitely use the Sabre well in combat. The 2 shields are similar to other medium fighters, and it has more default firepower than many other fighters its size. The armor and hit points are weaker than a Hornet, but you can use the higher speed to evade enemies, and if you turn off weapons and shields, it can easily hide from sensors. The fixed guns do mean you have to turn the ship more to hit targets, but maneuverability is decent enough to make up for it, and it can do a ton of damage in a short time, about double the damage of a default unmodified Hornet. Remember, the capacitors are not that large, so the ship works best in burst fire rather than sustained firing. One option is to put in gimbals with size 2 guns instead of the size 3 fixed. They will do less damage but can aim at targets directly. Don't forget, the 4 size 3 missiles can do a lot of damage at farther range than other fighters, as most only have size 1 or 2 missiles. Firing missiles at a target will negate your stealth though, so only do it when you know you're going to be seen anyway. If you need more missiles, you can replace the missile launchers to get 8 size 2 or even 16 size 1 missiles, so you have options as needed. The Sabre is designed for intercepting larger fighters and bombers by using the speed and stealth to sneak up on them, and then firing the large guns in a quick burst to damage, before zooming and booming away. Don't try to get in a prolonged close-up combat with targets. Light fighters can outmaneuver you if you aren't careful, and heavy fighters have more shields and turrets that can hit you even while you try to turn. Plus your capacitors won't hold up to prolonged shooting. Your shields and armor are also not the toughest. Instead, take advantage of the higher thrust speed to keep your distance. Then turn around, rush them, and blast them with your weapons while they're fully recharged. 4 size 3 guns will do a ton of damage to any fighter. You can also use your missiles to catch targets at a distance outside of their gun range, especially when booming and zooming. If you fire quickly, before they notice you, they won't have much time to evade. The Raven variant is designed to sneak up on targets and disable their systems before destroying them with guns. There are only 2 guns on the Raven, so it limits combat ability, but it is stealthier and the EMPs can seriously knock out ships, leaving them open to your weapons. If a target ship's shields go down and it can't move, it's just a sitting duck, even if the Raven only has 2 guns. Just remember it has no missiles, so it's not designed for long-range combat. Sneak up close and blast them when they are down. The extra shield on the Raven does help it hold long enough to get close to enemy ships to activate the EMP. Both ships are popular with civilian groups and orgs in the verse for taking down larger ships before they can attack. Bounty hunters and pirates also use them for sneaking up on targets and pouncing quickly. They are also perfect for intelligence gathering due to their stealth and speed. They can be used for bypassing blockades if you carry small items in stowage. The UEE doesn't use them due to their reduced toughness in prolonged fights, but in the right situation they can definitely be lethal. Definitely keep the Sabre in mind when Aegis ship sales pop up during IAE and Invictus. If you really want the Raven variant, you'll have to get it from less reputable sources sadly. So I really enjoyed testing the Sabre for this review. It's a nice looking ship and it held up well in bounties and pirate swarm. Sure, it's not the toughest ship, but it's quick enough to get you out of danger and has good weapons when it gets close. Have any of you used the Sabre or Raven to sneak up on targets? Let me know in the comments. Alright, so that's it for the Aegis Sabre and the Raven. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you like my videos. Don't forget to use my referral code if you decide to jump into SaraCitizen, and you'll get 5,000 in-game credits. Here's a big thank you to my current patrons. I have a Patreon going for $3 a month. All patrons will have their names listed at the end of my videos, and I'll make some exclusive videos for members as well. Okay, catch you all next time.